Hey, good day or good night or good morning or whatever time of day it is when you will be watching this. This is Stacey and you are watching Dimensions and Perspectives. I'm excited. I've just come from Bible study at Promise Center and we've had an awesome time in the presence of the Lord. And tonight we were talking about evangelism and we were talking about our witness for the Lord. And just before I went, the Lord impressed a topic in my spirit. And I wanted to share that and wanted to kind of talk about it here on YouTube with all of you. And what the Lord began to really impress in my spirit was compassion without compromise. Compassion without compromise. I thank God. I believe that the Lord has given me a global audience. And that's not just something that happened as a result of me coming on YouTube, but for years, we're in our 7th year that we've had web ministries and different things. Not only that, I've traveled abroad ministering in either spoken word or song, music. And so global mindsets, that having a global mindset is something that I embrace. But it requires that you know what you stand for, what you believe in, without compromising. And in turn, also still being effective, still ministering in the love of Jesus Christ, and still learning how to respect your fellow man. It might seem that I'm rambling, but I'm really trying to accurately express what I'm feeling. And what I'm feeling is that many times in Christianity, when we witness to one another or we witness to what we would consider the unbeliever, we don't exhibit compassion. We basically just want to throw them a sales pitch. And many times we don't even care whether or not they are interested. We're not really concerned about that person's well-being or anything. We just kind of want to check off our list that we are witnessing to folk. And so what it comes across as, we're just basically throwing God at them. And who wants that? Not me. And you'll probably find that most people don't want that either. It's just not effective witnessing. You know why? Because it's not genuine. So I want to talk about, and I want some feedback. I want to talk about, among many things, I got a lot of topics on my mind right now, but I'm trying to stick to the topic. Compassion without compromise. For example, holiness. Holiness is what I stand for, what I preach, what I, by the grace of God, live. Holiness is right. Therefore, I don't believe, let's just take a general subject, sex before marriage. I don't believe in it. I believe the Bible teaches against it, and so that's what I try to live by the grace of God, and I've been successful in that by the grace of God. And so I preach it. Sex before marriage is called fornication, and then sex outside of marriage, and it's not your partner, your husband or your wife. Husband if you are a woman, and wife if you are a man, and you go outside of your marriage. That's also wrong, and that's called adultery. So that's what I preach, that's what I teach, that's what I believe the Bible gives as a standard for holy living. But I can still have compassion for anyone that is living a lifestyle that the Bible does not promote. I can have compassion without compromise. And so I think oftentimes when we try to witness to folk, we will try to relate to them so much so we find ourselves compromising our own values and compromising our own convictions. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about how do you respect people as human beings, respect people as members of society, respect people's free will, because God does. God allows us an opportunity to have free will. He gives us a choice to choose Him. When we don't choose him, there is a consequence. There are consequences. One consequence is hell. That's the ultimate consequence. And then not really operating in the blessings of the Lord. This day and age, it's like anything goes. You can just pretty much do whatever you want to do, and nobody better not tell you that you are going to suffer anything as a result of it. Well, that's not the Bible that I read. I believe that the Lord has given us a way to live. If we don't choose to live his way and to walk in his way, there are consequences. We don't have to go out like that. In fact, I preach that. Shout out to New Destiny Word Center in Reedsville, North Carolina. I don't have to go out like that. I'm giving them a shout out because I preached it at their church. Anyway, you don't have to go out that way. You don't have to go to hell. It really makes no sense anyway when God has come that we might have life and have life more abundantly. And he has saved us and redeemed us. We should not have to. But unfortunately, people choose to go by their actions, by their choices, by their lifestyle. They choose, which is very sad. It's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. In fact, the Father says, I wish that none should perish, but that all should come into the knowledge of repentance. But I just wanted to kind of hit this point that in sharing the gospel, in being a witness, please be a witness without compromising what you believe, what the Bible teaches, what the Spirit of the Lord is leading you to do. Holiness is still right. There is only one way to God. You got to come holy. You got to come through Jesus Christ. Alright? So, more later. But in case you decide to not watch anymore, I'll just end with saying, remember, enjoy Jesus and all his joys, and you make ministry possible.